Today I'm going to review Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. It's a Hammer film made in 1971 and it only runs 97 minutes. It's a black comedy written by Clemens, and he's a good writer. I mean, he did Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, and he also did a great TV show that I might be reviewing soon called Thriller. So excellent writer, and it's directed by Roy Ward Baker. He's done some good 1970s horror films as well. The film stars Ralph Bates and Martine Beswick, and they're both brilliant in the film. Hammer were wanting a new horror star, so they were trying to get Ralph Bates to take over from Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. So this was one of the films that they were trying to get the public to like him, and he does a great job. I think this is his best film, his best performance. Both him and Martine Beswick are excellent in it. And they also look similar to each other, so that's great. They put a little mole on each other's face, so they look a bit similar as well. It's excellent. They do look like brother-sister. It's a great plot. It also involves kind of the Jack the Ripper type of myth, and also Burke and Hare pop up, so it's a good mixture. This shows how clever Hammer were getting during the 70s. They weren't just doing your standard horror films, they were trying to make them a little bit different, because the audience had seen it all before. Like if this was a 1950s, 1960s Hammer, they'd be just doing a standard Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story. But with it being in the 70s and the public had seen so many horror films now, they had to inject different stuff into the plot. So in this, Jekyll turns into a woman. He's had bloody great big tits! There's some interesting transformation scenes as well. You see him turning into her, looking in a mirror. That's clever how they do that, because it's the back of his head, but it's her reflection in the mirror, so it's really good that. If I turned into her, I wouldn't bloody gone out. Another thing is the transfer's good. That's the Blu-ray I watched it on. But previously I watched it on DVD and it's not as good as Blu-ray, especially the sound quality. It's much better. What I like about the plot's the characters. Jekyll's friend, he's a womanizer, and he's always eyeing up women and stuff. And another clever thing is Dr. Jekyll lives downstairs, and there's this family that live upstairs. There's a girl called Susie and her brother called Howard. And Susie gives Dr. Jekyll no peace at all. She's like a stalker. She's always knocking on his bloody door, wanting to bloody see him over something or other, giving him food and stuff, any excuse to knock on his bloody door. I think she knocks on his bloody door about 20 times during the film. If that was me, I would have told the bugger to piss off. Bloody knocking all the bloody time. Sad bitch. And her brother fancies Sister Hyde. So the sister fancies Jekyll and the brother fancies Hyde. So it's a really clever, funny situation with the characters. The music's great in this film, especially during the transformation scenes. Really good. And the script's really witty. There's some really funny bits. I like the bit where Jekyll doesn't realise he's Jekyll. He thinks he's his sister Hyde, and he touches Howard on the cheek, and Howard thinks Jekyll's gear. So that was funny. And he also says Jekyll coming out of his shop, he buying corsets. Really funny film. I'd almost rate this film in my top 10 Hammers. It could get in the top 10, but it's not a kick of the arse off. It's really good. Especially like the ending when Jekyll falls off a building. And he dies, but he's half transformed. Half his face is Ralph Bates and the other one's Martine Beswick. They put like a mask on though, so he's half man, half woman. Spooky ending, that, really good. I like the beginning bit as well. Jekyll's telling the story through flashback as he's writing a letter. And the very first death, that's good, because you see a butcher gutting a rabbit. And then you see this woman getting stabbed with a knife. So really symbolic and clever, that. So overall I thought this was a really good film. It has a witty script, there's great characters, and Ralph Bates is excellent in it. Also there's some gore. You see someone getting stabbed and the knife's coming out of the neck, so Hammer were doing some really gory stuff at this time. The only thing that lowers the mark of fractions, it does look a little bit cheap at times. You see the same shots of the sets and the straight sets and stuff. But apart from that, what would I give it out of 10? I'm very tempted to give it top marks, but I won't. I'll give it 9. 9 out of 10. Really clever film this, and shows how Hammer were doing wonderful stuff during the 70s. So what did you think, Bones? Did you like it? Bloody excellent, Phil. Gets top marks. The potion. I must drink it. Here. What's happened here? Bloody hell. I've got tits. Oh, blimey. Okay everybody, bye. See you next time. Bye. Bye.